Well, we're back here in southeast Michigan, and we almost have everything unpacked and put away. But our minds are still spinning on our hunts and our visits and our interviews in Florida and Georgia. After an interview with Donny Do in the barnuminium he has, we returned to his shop, where he showed us where more of his creative juices are going on. You know, I love suppressors on the end of a rifle. Imagine a suppressor put on the end of this factor right here, and then imagine how long this rifle would be with that on. And there just isn't a gun case made for an air rifle and a suppressor on there, not too many anyway. So one of the things that Donny is working on is a quick change. So you take it on and off and put it in a gun case. And that's something he thinks is coming for our industry to be, is a quick change, quick release of suppressors on air guns. Well, let's get down there to Central Florida and see how the rest of the interview with Donny goes. Let me say this: if you see a head bouncing, it's his right-hand man, Izzy.
All right, well, I would like to introduce you to Yolanda. This is the brains of the company. This is Donnyfl's wife. Hello there, how are you?
Hello, good, thank you.
What do you do in the company? What is your role?
I deal with international accounts, so if orders from, especially from dealers, distributors that we have around the world, if they come in, I usually take care of them, and also our manager does, so both of us kind of tackle that. If there's any issues or anything that goes on, we also deal with them. It's mainly international accounts, but we also dab a bit here and there with the U.S. accounts.
Okay, and then you fill their orders, ship them out, all that kind of stuff.
Everything from the beginning. So if there's any questions from them, I usually answer them. If there's new products coming out, I send it to them. A lot of the questions that they have, all the way to filling the orders, making sure everything is, good to go, filling out the customs paperwork, sending the invoices, making sure everything arrived from start to finish. Yeah.
She's really the brains of the company, all right? Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Okay, now we're back at Donnyfl's shop, and here's a little view of it. Let's find out what else Donny is working on. Well, Donny, you gave us a good idea of some of the projects you're on.
Yeah.
Keep you number one, big footprint on this industry.
Yeah.
What else are we working on?
So, as I mentioned back at the house, we're working on a quick disconnect. I think this year is the year of the quick disconnects from different manufacturers. I think you're going to start seeing them more.
To get this suppressor off faster and back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now, the suppressors are getting longer and longer, and they're not going to fit into the gun cases. So we need to find a way to be able to attach it and put it away, and then be able to attach it again and not lose the point of impact.
Because you got to get those threads lined, and then it takes a moment.
Lined. So we came up with we're coming out with an adapter that replaces the end cap of all of our suppressors. So there's different sizes. Right now it looks plain, but there will be designs on there. But here you can just do a quick quarter of a turn, and it pops out right away. And then put in your gun case, and then put away. And then next time, quick turn. No more like spinning until it locks down. So
this piece was actually then screwed on to the old adapter.
Yeah. So we have an adapter that screws over to the 1/2x20. We're gonna make it available 1/2x20, M14 by 1.25, M18, M20. So it's gonna be available for pretty much all of the popular airgun threads.
So 5 years from now, this may be the only way.
Yeah, I think once you go with a quick disconnect, it's gonna be hard to go revert back to using just like spin, unless you have a gun where that suppressor stays on that gun forever. What we wanted to do, keep in mind, is that we wanted to have this adapter, sell additional adapters that people can buy separately, and then they can put on as many guns they want and use that same suppressor. Just quick disconnect, you know, easy.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I see another part here that Saber Tactical is responsible for that allows 2 bottles
Yeah.
to be put on a gun. Tell us about that.
So that's the this is the Blitz double tank adapter, and we made it so that you can, you know, the gun is so fun to shoot. Even though with a high capacity mag, it goes by so quick on full auto. Izzy just actually did a video on, like, you know, shooting other people's pellets. It's like, where he just keep the finger press and then ammo's gone in like a couple seconds. So we made that, and 2 bottles, you get a lot of shots.
Yep. And here's a sound meter.
Yeah.
But mine, I don't use it anymore because it isn't so much the level of sound; it's a different sound.
Yes.
I use the example that a boombox car can go down the street. It doesn't bother anybody. It's making more noise than an air gun.
Yeah.
But if you have a crack of an air gun, that's a problem to some people.
Yep.
And Donnyfl suppressors change that crack to a boom.
Yep. And you know, I was never a fan of a decibel meter, and it's just because, let's say if my reader reads like 90 dB for a particular gun, someone buys a different brand of a dB meter and theirs could be like 85, but it's the sound is the same, but they're like, oh, that 90 is still loud, because mine is showing, you know, my gun is 80 something dB. So I never really rely on this. For years I've always relied on my ears, or I ask someone to come outside while I shoot, because you can't really go wrong with the ear. As long as my ear is comfortable with the shot, then I know I did a good job, you know.
I agree.
But now we're starting to use this just as a benchmark, like, you know, what we started out with without a suppressor and how much it reduces. Even though our meters are not the same, at least we can show like the amount of reduction. We could give an estimate.
Okay. Now, the last time I was here, there was a big table here.
Yes.
And all kinds of guns on it.
Yeah.
Now the table's gone, and what do we have here behind me?
So this is our gun rack. We had to find a way to organize our guns where we can find our guns and have the parts, you know, in a central location. So Izzy actually built this gun mount for all of our stuff.
This is good because it lets you see just how big a barrel is.
Yeah. So this is the Air Saber. We were doing some prototypes for this one. So they sent us this gun, and we actually made a suppressor for it. It's being field tested right now, but hopefully, you know, results are good and we put in production.
So then the suppressor barrel, the moderated barrel, goes around this barrel. That's what a pellet often goes down.
Yep.
This is what's trying to keep it quiet. And then I look over here on this end and I say, I've never seen this thing in my life.
Yeah. So this is our machinist John's gun. It's a Frankenstein gun. It started off as an AEA element gun. Then he made an adapter to fit our chassis buttstock. Then he put our TRS rail on there and made this longer. So, but he said it shoots well.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Well, and then we got guns on the other side. We've got all kinds of moderators. So one of these, the Emperor.
So this is the Emperor. This used to be the longest suppressor we got, but then AEA came out with a 72 cal Zeus, and that required some extra length. Yeah, this is the Kami.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So
now on the large bore, you'll probably keep these, but for the 25 and less, this Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Will probably
work really well on all those. Yep.
Do well in the market.
And even the Tonto, you know, the Tonto is our smallest suppressor, and you'll be surprised how well that changes from cracking like a 22 rimfire to being backyard friendly.
And
that's the FX model.
The FX model.
Yep.
This one is a little bigger.
That's actually the Tonto as well. Same.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's a Tonto, and this is a little bigger.
Yep.
Okay. Well, innovation never stops here. Just never stops. Every time I come down, there's new things. Which
Changes.
is why I like to come here.
Yeah.
Donny, thank you so very much.
Thank you for visiting again.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse of the future when you're talking to an inventor like Donny do. He stays busy. And it was kind of nice to meet the real president of the company. That's what I like to joke about anyway, Yolanda. And thank God for good women. That's what we have here with Dr. Russ Air Rifle Adventures. We have a great woman behind the camera right now, by the way. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you have some other questions, just type them into that comment section and I'll be the one who personally answers. Meanwhile, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay silent.